Hey everybody, and welcome to the Morning Sanctuary event in December. So looking forward to this event. It should be a good one. Quick look at the rewards before we get started. We've got the Dew Elf and the Fawn Elf. And that includes a nest of each. So a nest of fawn, a nest of dew, and a couple individual eggs, 1 fawn and 2 dew eggs. And of course we have our event trophies, which this will be awesome to get. We can merge those up with the ones we already have in camp and get the higher and higher level trophies. So if you have never played this event before, or if you want a reminder, I do have a section in my website for this event with all the cloud keys, all of the quests that we need to do, information about the different items, and other such important things. Go ahead and merge our first elf. Quest 1, merge 5 of anything 125 times. Quest 2, harvest from withered plants 65 times. And then Quest 3, heal 45 pieces of land. So those are all pretty typical for what we start with. Looking around at the cloud keys, we've got this one down here, which is going to be one of the shrubs. And this is actually the only cloud key, I believe, that I didn't have a picture of. So, excellent. Now I've got a picture of that one for the website. Actually, before I go around looking at the cloud keys, I'm going to merge up a flower so my elf can start harvesting. So let's go like that. Very nice. And get the elf harvesting while we look around. So this one right here is the stump from the Vibrant Forest items, which are the point items in this event. This is one of the berries. I know it's on the Cloud Key Guide. I think this is the level 6 berry. I think. I would have to look at it for sure. But once we heal one of the other berries, we can tap on it and see for sure. This is the Taurus statue, which is on the board all the way over here, right there. So once we heal that, we'll be able to bring that over and unlock that cloud key. Up here, we have another shrub. This is the higher level. I want to say this is the level 6 of the shrubs. It might be the level 5. And if nothing has changed, there are going to be a couple other cloud keys hidden under this one that are also higher level shrubs. I think the level 9 and the level 10. So when we're merging the shrubs, we want to make sure 5 merges only until we know for a fact it's safe to do 3 merges. If I remember correctly, there were a few parts of this event where when we get towards the end, we have to make 3 merges with those shrubs. So yeah, there is that. We keep looking around the map. Right over here, these are the mulberries from the berry chain. And there will be some hidden cloud keys under here. I don't remember right off what they were. Right here, this is another one of the berries. I want to say this is the level 4 berry. And then this is one of the elf sanctuaries. I want to say this is the level 3 of the elf sanctuaries. And in this event, the elf sanctuaries are what we're going to harvest in order to get point items to earn our rewards. And I think that's it for the cloud keys we can see right now. Definitely. So let's check in, see how our little elf is doing over here. Right there is going to be a 10 merge, so that's going to be good. Pop that. Very nice. So going into this event, my goal and my strategy is going to be to build up my life flowers. I want to get decent level on those. We will have a quest, most likely, to harvest from tricolored life flowers. I want to at least get the ones that are a level higher than the tricolor, because that's when you start getting the green orbs, and you get them much faster, which is going to be really good for building up our orbs for healing the entire map. Right now, working on trying to get a white orb, a teal orb or a white orb, depending on if we have enough space. Go ahead and grab that. There we go. So this event tends to be a good one for gem harvesting. So I'm going to also be working on my fruit tree sprouts. Fruit trees are good to have around because they give you life flower seedlings or life flower sprouts, so you can build up those life flowers faster. But also, once you are finished collecting all of your point items and healing everything, you can set up those fruit trees to get extra fruit and extra gems. The last time I played this event, I had a decent harvest on gems, but because of recording issues, I was not able to post that video. I recorded it, and the recording app that I use just didn't save the video. It was quite disappointing to me. So I'm excited to, play this event again and get better videos with it, and do the things that we need to do in a good way to rock out this event. Let's see. Looking at the board, so we're starting off with the one elf, but there's always petrified eggs that we will watch ads to unpetrify. And this first one here is a dew elf egg that is petrified. So once I get the other two of those, I will watch the ads to get them. I'm just doing a quick scan around. Let's see, there's another one right there. We have a fawn elf egg here. We'll probably end up finding 3 of those on the map. And here is the other petrified dew elf. So we don't have to go very far to get those, to get that second elf, which is really nice. Might even be able to get it with this first big heal that I'm working on. So when it comes to healing your map in an event, there are a couple of different strategies that you can use. I know some people tend to not heal very much land, because once you heal the land, there's going to be distractions for your elves. So right now, if I don't tell the elf what to do, it's just going to keep harvesting from these life flowers, because that's the only thing it has access to. But as soon as I do a heal, that's going to give this elf access to all of those grasses and piles of leaves, and it will probably give some harvestable point items and things like that. So at that point, if I then leave the elf alone, instead of necessarily harvesting for orbs like I would prefer he do, he could get distracted and go off and work on harvesting some of those other things. The reason I tend to make the heals anyways, and, accept those distractions, is because I really like getting the higher level life flowers faster, and the fastest way to do that is to clear land and heal up these items. And I actually don't mind going through the harvest process. Like after I heal a section of land, I'll actively have my elf or elves harvest that area to get all of the resources out of it that they can. And then I have them go back to focusing on orbs or point items, whatever it is I'm currently working on. And it's also a perfectly valid strategy to try not to heal too much. That way you don't have those distractions. And that's more if you are a passive player. I'm very much an active player when it comes to these events. I like to be in the event, actually tapping on the flowers and, having my elves harvest certain things for the most part. Like overnight, I'll set up my camp for passive harvesting and leave my phone on, and not my camp, the event, the map. And let the elves, do what they will to get that extra resource for me. But if I'm, if it's a situation where it's daytime and I'm awake and I've got the game on, I do tend to tap on it. Even when I tell myself, okay, I'm gonna, use a passive strategy this time, I always find myself just double tapping on items. I can't help it. There we go. Alright, so I think this is going to give us a 5 merge there. Perfect. So yeah, I think I want to set off one of those white orbs. And I think just generically right here and see where it goes. Alright, so we unlocked our capsules, which is awesome. We got our first quest star, our second petrified egg, and a bunch of land healed, so that looks good. I'm not going to tap out that star or that chest just yet. Let's see, our next healing quest is going to be to heal 450 pieces of land. Very cool. Let's see, I think I want to take this white orb over here and see if I can get that petrified egg. Awesome. Alright, so here are my 3 petrified dew elf eggs. I'm going to pause the recording for a moment, watch the ads for those, and then turn it back on and we will get back into this. Alright, and here we are. Back, I watched the ads. I got my 3 dew elf eggs, all unpetrified. Ta-da! There she is. So the dew elf is actually one of my favorites. I don't know if it's because it was one of the first elves I ever had, but I think she's really adorable. And lucky for us in these kinds of events, she is a fast harvester. So that is very, very helpful to us. So each different elf has its strengths and weaknesses. A lot of the event or trophy elves are good harvesters and they're good builders. But of the ones that we get in camp, they usually do one or the other better. So in camp, if you're building, elf houses or warehouses or anything like that, it's going to be helpful to have a lot of elves that are good at building, because then they can do that action faster, and that lets them, go off and do other things that you need them to do. If you have a lot of things to harvest, your harvester elves are going to harvest faster and end up getting better items when they harvest. At least that's what it seems like to me. I know for a fact they harvest faster. I don't know if they're actually programmed to find higher level or more rare items. But I always feel like when I put a harvester elf on a high level item, I get good stuff. So right now what I'm doing is just making some merges on the perimeter. It saves some healing. It's not, the way I'm doing it right now, it's not saving me a lot of healing power, because these squares down here are still only like 32 points to heal. Once we get up here, they're 200, but you'll notice that these are the dead or withered plants, so you can't merge those anyway. It seems like the area that has the mergeable items is the low healing. And yeah, there aren't really any of those grasses further along. So there's really no point in saving them for later, because on this map it's not going to help us. So with that being said, I'm going to keep working on my perimeter, and then we'll take a look at some of the items that we have unlocked and that we have at our disposal. As I'm working, I'm also going to start merging up my life flowers a little bit. Make some space. Trying to always go for the 5 merge. Because that's going to be our best value, so to speak. Merge up the point item. Oh, yeah. Let's see. We've got some green grasses right here. The moon grass. Star grass. Oh, I guess that's moon grass. There we go. Now we get the sungrass in there, and that gives us a 5 merge with these. Awesome. Stargrass there, stargrass there. that's not a sungrass. To me, the sungrass and the moongrass looks very similar when it hasn't been healed yet. It's got a very similar shape and like shading. So sometimes it's a little bit harder to tell it apart. That's going to be good right there. And when going through this part of the process, you could take your time to line up 5 merges with these if you wanted to. But I don't tend to, and there's no particular reason. It doesn't feel worth the extra time to me, especially on a map like this, in this kind of an event. Oops. Because there are a lot of opportunities in this map to get sprouts. So maximizing your sprouts at this stage, if you want to take the time to line up those extra merges, you definitely can. But really, you don't need to. There are some other events where getting the Lifeflower sprouts initially is pretty difficult. And if I was playing one of those levels, I would definitely be going, all out, looking for the 5 merges only, and getting as many sprouts as I could. But for this, really what I'm interested in is making space. To start working on my merge chains. Let's see here. Yes, there is another stargrass right there. And that's going to give me a combo that I don't necessarily want. There we go. Let's see, this one looks like a sungrass. Got some more stargrass, a couple of moongrass. Oops. That is not a moongrass, that is sungrass. There we go. That is moongrass, definitely. Alright, I'm feeling really good about how well this is going. Got another stargrass there. Do I have another one? It seems like of all the grass types, there are the fewest of the stargrass. So yeah, I don't believe I see another stargrass that I can bring over for that, but that's fine. Anything else on the edge that isn't stargrass? Not at the moment. So that's going to end my merges on the perimeter for the moment. Oh, wait a second. I do have a second stargrass. And pull over the moongrass. Over the sungrass. Another moon. Another sun. Alright. We are rocking this. Let's see, that's going to be a sun, but there's only one, so I would need 2 sungrasses. There's a bunch of moongrass left. Only seeing one of these sungrass. guy over. Alright, so this is looking like it's in really good shape so far. Alright, gonna go back through, check in on my orbs and my flowers. Oops. Didn't mean to do that 3 merge, but that's just fine. It happens. Alright, got that and that. 2 more yellow flowers up here. Bring them on down for the 5 merge. That's going to give me a 5 merge here, I think. Yes, very nice. Alright, so now these purple flowers are going to start giving us higher level orbs. But I'm going to keep merging together, see if I can get more of the purple. So at this stage, merging up these life flowers and orbs is helping us with the merge 5 of anything quest. 10, that's a 10 merge right there. There is going to be a harvest from tricolored life flowers later. So at this point, we want to build up our life flowers. That way we get larger orbs faster, but we also want to be careful if you build them up past the tricolor flower stage, then you have to create new tricolor flowers before you can finish that tricolor quest, which can be a little bit of a pain and slow your work down some. So I like to hold off on getting too high of level flowers until after I've finished the other quests that I need to do, and then, go to town with those. But at this point, we are nowhere near the tricolor yet, so we are just going to keep on building. All right. Right now, looking around my map, I really don't have any distractions healed that I can see, which is very nice. Got that. I'm just gonna scoot my extra grasses over here out of the way. Oh, here we go. We've got these fruit tree saplings. As soon as we merge those up to the next level, these are going to start producing life flower sprouts for us. So I'm gonna move them so they have plenty of space to make those sprouts. Got another 5 merge with the red flowers. Awesome. Bring that on down here. Let's see, there's a 5 merge for those, a 5 merge for those. Orange orbs. Get some green, very nice. Here is another piece of moongrass. So the other thing I like to do is take all of these, I typically call them event items, like the berries and the shrubs, and those little things that we need mostly for cloud keys more than anything else. And I like to keep them together. It helps me notice when I have enough of them to merge, which is very nice because I like to, keep things merged down so I have plenty of space and things are all organized. Let's see, so this is going to be, do I want to do a 3 merge with those? Yeah, I don't see any more. So these little yellow leaves are actually fruit tree leaves, and when you merge them you end up getting the saplings. And once we have one more, we can do another 5 merge there. That looks good. All right. Take that, do that 5. Got 5 merge with the green. And I do have 1. Alright, do a 5 merge with this and drop those right there. Okay, so that is good. Start bringing these things over here also. Bring this on over. Alright, so thinking back to those cloud keys, the shrubs that we have, this one down here and then the ones up at the top, those are going to come from these items. So the golden shrub is the smallest one. I tend to call these the puff balls because the 2 lowest levels really look like little puff balls to me. So on this one, we are going to need, I think that's the level 2. Yes, this is definitely the level 2. So we'll need the level 2 for a cloud key, and then later on we need the level 5. I don't remember off the top of my head if we need the level 7. But we definitely need 8, 9, and 10. So as you're working on these, only 5 merges, especially on the lower levels. So I'm going to be careful about how I store these so I don't make any accidental merges with them. Let's see, no more down there, no more there. Alright, so that all looks good. The other merge chain that we are going to be using for cloud keys, but not necessarily anything else, are these berries. So the cloud keys we already looked at with the berries. Let's see here. So we need the level 4, the cranberry. We need the level 6 lingonberry. We need the mulberry, and we need the blueberry. I don't remember off the top of my head if we need the cherry or the grape for any hidden cloud keys. We might. The cloud key information is on the website. I just don't have the website open in front of me at the moment. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Got a 10 merge right there. There we go. Yeah, that looks good. Set up my green ones over there. Oh, just healed this little puffball also, which is awesome. And I've got this withered flower, which... Alright, so that's going to give me a light flower sprout and start me on my way to my Harvest Withered Flowers quest. Let's see now. Where do I want to heal? I don't have the items I need to make the stump cloud key yet, so I'm going to need there we go. The stump is the level 4 of this vibrant forest chain, and in this event the vibrant forest are our point items, so we'll get these from harvesting the elf sanctuaries. So technically on these, if I wanted to make some 3 merges with these, especially the lower level ones, it's not too bad because I'm going to be harvesting later to get more point items. So if I wanted to do that 3 merge to get the stump cloud key, I definitely could. And I kind of feel like I do want to, so I'm going to go for it. And drop this right on over here. Awesome. So that is going to give me a golden leaf, my second fawn egg, strawberry, a bunch of orbs, the beginning of my gem collection, and this item is the level 1 of the elf sanctuaries. So these, if you try and double tap them, you can't. So that's not going to create a distraction just yet. It's the next level up that your elves will be able to harvest, and so they will get distracted with having that item there. Same for these. The common level of the sanctuary spirit trees can't be harvested. So having that right there isn't causing any sort of distraction. But as soon as I get the next level up, which is the rare one, that they'll be able to harvest from, and they might decide to harvest from those instead of paying attention to orbs. Let's see. Go. A few nice little merges there. Awesome. Alright, we are well on our way to good stuff. So right now I have 4 of these little puff balls, little shrubs. So I can make a 5 merge there. Being very careful not to let those accidentally merge together. Point items off to the side. So this is where I'm all set up. Technically, if I wanted to passive harvest here, I could set my phone down and go off and do anything, work on anything, and my elves are just going to keep harvesting orbs until they fill up the map. I do want to do a little more work with this before I walk away, and part of that work includes checking out the event shop down here in the right hand corner at the bottom. I don't usually buy things from the event shop, but every now and then there is something in there, and it's good to just be aware of what they're willing to give you. So if we made some mistakes with, merging our berries, we have extra berries in here. If we delete some of our elf sanctuaries, there are some elf sanctuaries here because we're going to need higher level elf sanctuaries for cloud keys. So we don't want to delete any of these, and we don't want to make 3 merges. Same story on the shrubs. So if you do make any mistakes and you happen to have the golden leaves to spend on it, you have these resources that you can use. You also have some grass, you've got a fruit tree, a life flower. These are the kinds of things that there's no reason to waste your leaves on these things. You can make life flowers, you can make fruit trees. What is very exciting about this event menu is this item right here in the middle, the blooming elf flower. So if you are willing to invest the 18 leaves, you can use this blooming elf flower to get yourself extra elves to help in your event. Up until now, I have never done this in a Merge Elves event because I didn't feel like it was necessary. We get several elves and they are pretty on task. But I've been wanting to show this technique, and in the last event that we just had, the Skylark Goby, I was going to use it, and then it turned out the event shop in Skylark Goby does not have the blooming elf flower. So you can't do this, so I couldn't. And also it was sort of okay anyways because the holidays got really busy and my recording app didn't save the 2 of the recordings I made. I was quite upset about that. So I ended up not posting videos for that event because the first 2 videos got lost, so the last video I would have posted would have been just some random video from the end of the event. So I didn't post new videos for that event. But on this one, I had said that the next time we have an event that I could get the blooming elf flower, I would buy it and I would show this technique. So I'm going to do that. I don't know how long this is going to take, but we're going to try it out. So this technique is called, so I refer to it as the Prism flower technique. And the reason I call it the Prism flower technique is because I first learned about it and started using it in Merge Dragons, where this type of flower and this level of flower is called a prism flower. And what you do in this technique is you have your elves focus only on your blooming elf flower. And what this is going to end up doing is getting you these leaves. These leaves build the elf trees. Once you have a certain level of elf tree, your elves will harvest those trees in order to get the gorgeous mushroom houses, which then give you the bushes, which then give you the bush or the berry tree wonder. And that wonder is going to give you extra elf eggs, including hopefully some nests. And then you tap on those nests and you get your extra elves to help you with the event. Doing this in Merge Dragons normally takes between 45 minutes to an hour and a half. And the reason the time varies so much is because it depends on luck. So as you can see, with all of this harvesting, I keep getting treasure chests. I'm getting orbs, which is awesome. It's giving me the higher level green orbs. But I've only gotten 4 leaves so far. That's not super lucky as far as I'm concerned. I would usually hope to have more leaves by now. But even as I say that, they start finding more leaves. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Some people feel like this technique wastes time because you are giving up a, fairly significant chunk of your event time to harvest this. I say significant, it really isn't. When you consider we have 3 days to do these events, an hour worth of time really isn't that much, but it's an hour of very active, focused gameplay. So having them get the orbs makes me feel a little bit better about it, because when I'm done, my orbs have built up quite a bit. But that is not the point, so even though the orbs are nice, leaves are nicer. As you're going through this process, you really want to focus on 5 merge only, because that's going to make this go faster. And the nice thing about this level of the elf flower is you can have 2 elves harvesting from it at one time. So you don't need to spend 36 golden leaves to get 2 of these to be more efficient. Alright, gonna merge that up. I am very close to having my 5 merges finished. Oops. Grab her. Very good. So I use this technique in pretty much all of my Merge Dragons events and a lot of my Merge Magic events. And the reason I do that is, aside from getting the extra dragons and creatures in those games, there are also cloud keys at the beginning of the map that are unlocked by those egg nests. So you get an extra cloud key earlier in the game. You get the extra critters to help you with your harvesting and farming and cleaning up everything. And I have found that having those extra creatures really cuts down on the amount of time it takes me to finish an event, which I like mostly because I play several merge games. Not as many as I used to. I have cut back. But it is very rare for me to have a weekend that I only have one event. So I usually try to, finish up my events as quickly as possible. That way I can finish the next event and get all of the rewards. So with Merge Dragons, I know that this is going to make my game go much faster. So it's what I'll do. With Merge Elves, like I said, this is my first time doing it, and I usually, when I'm going to use a new strategy like this, I usually try to run it in a world map level. That way I have an idea for how long it's going to take. Or, I'll try running it in my camp. Well, I haven't been able to with this, just because I haven't found any world map levels that have the elf flowers yet, and trying to do it in my camp, I have too many higher level elves, which is going to change the amount of harvest time, and trying to get it down so I only have 2 mid to lower level elves harvesting things would just, I'm not even sure how I would do that, honestly. So I haven't been able to test this out yet. So we're finding out right now together how long this is going to take. Just keep merging up my orbs, keep everything organized. But I don't want to take my attention off of my elves for too long or they'll get distracted. And the more time they spend distracted, the less time they spend getting leaves. Alright. Get on back here, you. It's actually really nice that they're getting me these flowers. I don't remember that you get flowers from the Prism flowers in Merged Dragons. It doesn't mean you don't, it just means if it does happen, it's infrequently enough that I don't remember it. Oh my goodness, I'm trying to grab that elf and she's getting away. I do feel like I'm getting a lot of orbs from this. Alright, so there's those. Awesome, 2 leaves there. And that does give me a 5 merge. Super cool. I've merged there. A lot of treasure chest. I'm going to end up with a lot of gems out of this. There we go. Bring this over here. Actually, I should be using my little locking function to hold the screen still, which will make it easier to grab these elves. That right there, there's a 5 merge. And I got all my 5 merges. Our next quest is going to be to create 3 of the mythical level orbs, which we are definitely getting to. So this is not the level of elf tree that can be harvested yet. It's the next one up. So we are just going to keep on going. merge right there. Definitely getting all the beautiful orbs. Alright, there we go. Another 5 merge there. Right up there. So if I only wanted one elf tree to harvest, technically I could make that merge right now and have the one elf tree that I would need. But with that level of elf tree, you can only have one elf harvesting it at a time. And that's going to slow down your mushroom harvesting later. So I prefer to take a little bit of extra time at this stage and get the 2 elf trees in order to, have that extra tree for harvesting faster. I've never done it with just one tree, so I'm not sure what the time comparison is, but honestly, I feel like it would add quite a bit of time to only have one tree because you're harvesting mushrooms half as fast. So, definitely gonna go for the 2 elf trees. Get back over there, yeah, there we go. Seeing a lot of orbs again. But that's okay. All of those orbs are going towards our 3 mythical orbs that we need to create now, so. It is still helping out. Awesome. 5 merge there. There we go. And there we go. Just organize this a little bit. Alright, so we can do a 3 merge. Oops. So we need 8 more of these little ones, which means we're going to need 20 more leaves. So We are looking for 20 more leaves. We have 3. So we're looking, oh, we have 4. So we're looking for 16 more leaves in actuality. Merge this up, scoot this over. Very nice. So I'm really interested to see how much using this strategy is going to affect this event. Because I'm really not sure. I don't know how much it's going to matter compared to typical gameplay. Back into a whole lot of orbs. Yay, we got a leaf. So now we are down to needing 14 more leaves. Come on, little elves, I believe in you. I believe you can find the leaves. There we go. Right up there. Awesome. Alright, another flower, which is very cool. So there is not a Merge Dragons event this weekend, but there is a Merge Magic event this weekend. And the reason I started thinking about that is I'm watching all of these yellow life flowers appear and going, I can't wait to check out the Prism flowers in the other games and find out if that's something that happens with those. I honestly don't remember at all. To slide that over there. Oh, awesome. Okay, so we need one. Are we down to needing one more leaf? Did I miscount? I think we are down to only needing one more leaf. So that actually went pretty fast, as long as I'm not miscounting now. Alright, so that 3 merge is perfectly fine. 5 merge here. So now we start harvesting these guys. And now I have a couple of choices. I'm going to sell that elf grass because I don't need it. And so the choices that I need to look at involve whether or not I'm going to keep this elf grass. Not elf grass, sorry, the elf flowers. They are a good source for orbs, but later on, they're going to keep giving us those leaves, which are going to be distracting for the elves, and they're going to fill up the map for no good reason. So usually once I hit this stage, I just sell that flower. That way it's not in the way. But yeah, so I'm probably going to end up deleting that elf flower. In fact, let me just do it right now. There we go. I do have to say, it seems like we are getting more high-level mushrooms doing this than we would normally get in Merged Dragons. So with Merged Dragons, there we go. The items that are like these mushrooms, the elf mushrooms that end up in the gorgeous mushroom house, are logs. And those logs build up to the tiny cabin for hedge gnomes. And usually in this process, you get the level 1 logs quite a bit. But with this, I've gotten a couple level 3 mushrooms, these here, as well as many of the level 2. So that's really nice. But this is where I kind of want to come over here and make a little bit of space, because the next phase of this project needs some space. There we go. Alright, keep you guys over here. That works. That works. And that works. Alright. So, when we merge these level 3 mushroom houses, we're going to get the gorgeous mushroom house. And that is going to spawn the berry trees. And it's the berry trees wonder that we are going for. In order to get the berry trees wonder, we need 26 gorgeous mushroom houses, because each mushroom house gives off 8 of the small berry trees. So here we go. This is where it gets messy, and there are probably going to be berries everywhere, and definitely berry trees everywhere. And our goal in all of this mess is to just keep harvesting mushrooms until we have all the mushrooms we need to build the houses that we need. Alright, there's a 5 merge right there. That's going to be a 5 merge right there, 5 merge right there. Move these out into the open. Once you get these, you tap them 3 times for quick berry trees, and then over the course of about the next 5 minutes, they're going to like slowly spawn 5 more berry trees. Just like that. And then you want to make 5 merges with those berry trees. There we go, there we go. Fortunately, there are only 5 levels. Oh no, that's fine. There are only 5 levels of these berry trees, which is one of the reasons you can build this wonder so quickly in an event. If you tried to build pretty much any other wonder, it would take way too long in the event to be worth doing. But this goes relatively quickly, all things considered. And as I already said, I'm pleasantly surprised at how quickly I am getting the mushrooms I need.